So I mentioned in a previous video that, this is a matter of faith. How do you build that faith? I didn't actually explain that, and I thought it would be a good video to be able to have here. So how do you build your faith? Faith is a lack of optimism. It's a lack of believing that things are going to work out okay in the long run. And some people might think having absolutely no faith, this has nothing to do with God, by the way. It's just a belief that everything will work out okay in the long run. You can have a faith that you will figure things out, but that has to come from your belief that you are capable. You can have faith that somebody else will help you out. It doesn't have to be about God. And so faith is just this optimism that things are going to be working out, that you have catastrophized the things that you're worried about, and that everything will actually be okay in the long run. I would suggest one way to improve your faith is to look back on all the times that you have felt like things are just going so horribly and things are going to be awful, and then see where you are now and see how things worked out. So in the past, you could say like, this is the worst thing ever. And then you found out like, hey, I got through it actually. Things worked out, like somebody appeared and helped me out with that. And so if you have all these examples in the past where things have actually worked out, you're here, you're watching a video, you have, internet access, you have somehow figured it out and things have worked out. And so the more you think about things, how you felt like they couldn't work out in the past, and now you realize they do work out because you're here, that can improve your faith. The more you think about that, the more you sort of list those things out, whether on paper or in your head, and focus on appreciating the fact, hey, things have actually worked out so far. Things have gone okay. Even if I didn't like a situation, it turned out okay here now, or it's doable. I'm handling it. I'm capable. So the second one is taking leaps of faith. So a lot of the times you may have a desire, you want to do something, you feel like you should do this thing, but you are worried about how it's going to happen, how it will work out. Perhaps you're afraid to speak in public and you feel like if I did this, if I spoke up in this meeting, I might get promoted. I might get this and that, but I also might get booed. People might really hate what I have to say. They might argue with me. Things might not go my way. So you're worried about how things are going to happen. So if you take a leap of faith and say like, even if I do this, even if they boo me, even if they hate me, I'm going to survive. I'm going to be okay. Even if I got fired for saying this thing, I'm going to figure out a way to have another job. I'm going to find another income source. Even if the worst thing possible happened, I'm still going to figure out what to do next. Things will happen in the right time. We think too far ahead into the future, and we can't predict all the things that could go right by the time that future point gets there. So the more you take a leap of faith and try these things that you feel like you should do, you will see that things actually do work out, like I mentioned in the first point. Things are going to work out. You might not expect how they work out. A lot of the times we don't expect how they'll work out. And that's the problem with catastrophizing. We think about the future. We think, how could this possibly work out? We have no idea how it could work out, but it does. And that's the problem with catastrophizing and thinking too much ahead in the future. So you should take those leaps of faith. And the more that you take those leaps of faith, the more examples now you have on your list of all the things where you felt like I had no idea how this could work out, but it did. I had no idea how I was going to get past that, but it did. It worked out. And so as you gain this list of all the things in your life where you had no idea how they were going to work out, but they actually did, your faith grows with every single one you're adding to the list. You're like, wow, yes, I'm capable. Yes, I can handle this. Yes, things are going to be okay. Whether it's God's source or another person that's helping you out or yourself, and you're just leaning on yourself to get through things, there's always something there that gets you to the next point so that you will be okay. So long as you have faith. And this is how you build your faith, because you see that the things are working out. So you want to be optimistic. Another thing is when you are pessimistic and you think like, I don't know how this could possibly work out. One thing to do is to meditate. It is to allow yourself to feel the feelings of anxiety, worry, things like that. The samskaras, you want them to rise up to the surface and you want to notice them, sit with them, feel this discomfort within yourself and allow it to pass through you. So that's 3 tips for you to be able to improve your faith. The samskara releasing is going to help you to realize that the fear, the worry, the anxiety that you felt is actually probably worse, much worse than what you're actually fearing, because that happened to me, as I mentioned in the other video. And so when you realize that this is actually worse and you're handling it right now, it's proof that you can handle these tough situations. You can handle this fear. You can get through it. So you're proving to yourself that you can get through it. And that's improving your faith in yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for listening and have a great day.